Welcome Strategy Battle Gamers to another GBHL YouTube video. You're here with your channel host GBHL Harry, and this is my first hobby vlog. I have to apologise as I'm using my phone as I don't have a camera yet, and I'm currently in my old bedroom as I'm having to move back into my mum and dad's house with me and my girlfriend for the next couple of weeks until we get our new house, which we get on the 25th of August. So in that time, all my hobby stuff is kind of packed up in boxes, and I don't really have a hobby space or somewhere to paint, so my hobbying is kind of limited. So I thought I'd just have a bit of a chat, sort of saying what I'm trying to do in the hobby at the moment, and I also want to have a bit of a reflection and a chat about the tournament I went to at the weekend, which was Danbird's Filthy Orcses at Sanctuary Gaming in Mansfield. So first of all, as I say, I've got everything a bit everywhere at the moment. It's finding it a bit hard to do much hobbying. I'm not really going to bother attempting to do any painting or modelling of any sort until I think I get to my new house, just because it's just chaos and everything's everywhere. So I still feel like I've been host for a couple of weeks now. I need to sort of bring something out just to show everyone, say to everyone what I'm doing and what I'm up to. So I went to the tournament the weekend, which is a really good event. It was a 1,000-point tournament. Shall I talk about that now? Yeah, okay. So it's a 1,000-point event with a 300 cap on named heroes, which made it quite fun to make lists, because one of my favourite things about the hobby for sure is writing different lists and coming up with different possibilities and what works with what, especially with the restrictions in place. Now, people that know me have seen me at tournaments before know I like using a lot of points on heroes, because I think they bring a lot to the force. For example, Thandar, Saruman, or the double casters are good especially. So I felt for this tournament I needed something with a punch, but I still need to have effectiveness, and I still want to go down the good route as opposed to doing the more straightforward thing and maybe taking loads of unnamed ring wraiths. I don't know, I've always preferred using good. So I decided to go for Saruman the White on horse as my general, Mary and Pippin, and they had 12 hobbits each, 4 hobbit archers, 2 hobbit sheriffs, and 6 battle and brandy books. And I also had Garnbury Garn and 10 woses, as well as 2 eagles. So you can see there I've got a bit of the Middle-earth World Cup final in there, both of the hobbits and the woses. And then I went for a Stormcaller with 3 Gladstone Court, 2 elf bows with spears, a sentinel and 4 elves with spear. And then finally, for that bit of a punch, Rivendell Knight Captain and 5 Rivendell Knights. So I think it came to 57 models in total. Caster in there, it's got 11 might, about 16, 17 bows, about half of them elven bows, which is quite useful. And then the slight benefits of having the Spectre, just to hopefully pull a little bit. Not that he was effective at all. So it was 6 games, 2.5 hours each. Sorry, tell a lie, 5 games, 3 on a Saturday, 2 on a Sunday. My first game, I played Jack, who I've never played before, and he took a really nice army, full Army of the Dead with Imrahil and King of the Dead and a couple of Dalamoth captains, so we could take warbands. I think he had about 40 Army of the Dead, all with shields and some with spear, so a massive defence 8 army should I say. We played to the death. I kind of sat back, tried to do a bit of shooting, didn't kill really anything with shooting. Blasted loads of stuff over, didn't really do much other than taking Imrahil's horse. The knights were phenomenal. The lance and on the charge of the high five view was just killer. Killing Army Dead on 5s by 3s helped a lot. It's a really good game. I felt a bit sorry for Jack because he had to kind of come to me, and then I was just then hitting him with high five value and sort of knocking him over. But really good spirit of the game. We had a lot of fun. It was really good, and I think it ended. I think I broke him and killed his leader. And I got rid of his banner, so it went 8-0 to me. It was a really good game, so thank you, Jack. Second game, I played Tom Pickard, Mr. Spalding, who I've never played before. Really nice chap, and we had a really good game. He took a big dwarven force, and we played Seize the Prize. Unfortunately, he didn't. He had mostly movement 5 because of his dwarves. He did have Legolas as well and Floy, but having the eagles that move 12, having the knights that move 10, give me a big advantage. We did have a really big scrap over the prize where Galadriel heroically charged 2 eagles. It would get close if Tom kept winning the roll-offs to see who could move, so the prize got stuck in the middle. But eventually, I think I did get it and managed to move it away with a Rivendell Knight and and then give it to Merry, I think, who just kept it in his half when the game ended. So I think I just won 3-0 on that one. And then I played, in the third game, I played Joe Wilcock, a young lad, very, very good player. He took something, excuse me, as equally as competitive as I did. So he had Ringwraith on Felbeast, the Shadow Lord, the Goblin King, a Shade, and a good 40 goblins, half of them being Gundabad's with Groblog and Double Shaman as well. And we played Lords of Battle. So we had a good amount of numbers each. It was a really close game. I think I was just starting to edge it. Then on the last turn, Joe played really really well and killed a lot of my models, and he beat me 34-33. It's a really, really close margin, especially for Lords of Battle. And then, which meant he won 5-0, essentially. So that was the end of day one. I was a little bit disappointed because I thought I had that game in the bag, and fair play to Joe, good player. And as I say, he's a young lad, so I do want him to do really well. I had to then come home on a Saturday evening, because I wanted to move home, and I kind of left my girlfriend at my parents' house, which I felt a bit bad about. So I came back, and then came back on the Sunday. There was only the 2 games, so I had a bit of a lie-in, and it wasn't too bad. And then first game I played Dan Hookvale, who played once before, another good player. He took a strong Uruk force, mix of Isengard and Blackguard, with 2 Ringwraiths on Felbeast? No, Shadowlord on foot, then I think then it was the Undying. And Undying on Felbeast, I think it was. And we played Recon, and we set up more or less straight on each other. Fortunately, my Knights didn't come on for 2 turns, and then they come on the flank, and they just ran straight down the flank and got me 6 easy VPs that Dan couldn't really do much about, which is a shame because the scrap was quite close in the middle. He did try and make a bit of a run for the end. I kind of just held him up and they went to time. So I think I just won that one 6-0. And then went into the last game. At that point, Joe Wilcock had won all of his games on 4, and Ed Ball had won 3.5. So those two were playing out for first place. So I knew I couldn't get that. And then I played David Farmer, who I've not played before. He had a gorgeous sort of Mordor army with a little bit of what are they called? Corsairs in it. So he had a few Reavers, and he had some of the souped up black Numenorans from Umbar Place, whatever they are, to make them fight 5. And we played. So we had 70 models. I had 57, which is quite a bit, but his 70 was big. And so we played whole ground. I lost the roll off to start with, so I had to set up. But fortunately, all my 4 set up at sort of one place. I think he had to use 3 points of his heroes to avoid being picked by me. One was his Shaman. I think one of his because he had a Ringwraith. I think he just almost had vanilla Ringwraith. He also had the Witch King on Felbeast and Gothmog, and loads and loads of like Marana Orcs and stuff with a Shaman. So I did fear if you're just going to get to the middle, he's going to have more numbers than me. We did battle it out quite a bit. We sparred off. He almost broke Saruman's staff with the Witch King. I had 1 dice to resist, and fortunately rolled a 6, which was really helpful because I think Saruman still had his uses later on. And we had a very epic last turn where everyone was in the middle fighting off. I got an epic heroic combat with my Rivendell Knight captain with a support behind. The Rivendell Knight rolled 111. The support rolled a 4. And unfortunately, someone still won the fight, and Rivendell Knight killed all 3, went on kill another. And I think that was 27-24 to me in the middle, so I just got the win there. So it's 4 wins out of 5 from me from the weekend, which is still good, but I mean to finish 4th because I think Alistair finished 2nd, and so the Mark finished 2nd, Alice finished 3rd because they had higher VPs than me. Really good event though, really good fun. Lots of nice different armies to use there. I know Billy took like 8 Ents, which is really cool to see, and I know he had a brilliant time. So it was a really good event. Again, that's the 3rd Sanctuary event I've been to this year. Great fun. Like Dan Bird and Owen did a really good job. The terrain that Owen's been making looks superb. A really good venue. Food place is close, and it was nice to see all like the Midlands lads there. It's all the Knox crew. And well done to Ed for winning it, of course. Keeps him in that very high top spot in the league. I'd gone into the event thinking that I really needed to compete and try and do well because I'm not going to go to long bottom. And that was an opportunity for everyone else to sort of jump above me in the league standings. And only then found out when Jay told me on the Saturday morning that because my 4th best score, I think is 81, I couldn't get any higher I couldn't make any points on the event other than winning it. So that loss on the Thursday against Joe sort of down my spirits a little bit. But still, 4th place is really good. Really, really good. So I'm happy with that, and I say a great event. And now roll on. I think Throne of Schools doubles is going to be my next event, which should be fun. Really should be fun. Looking forward to that. So I say, yeah, top event. Thank you for everyone that organised it, and it's great to see everybody again there, because as always the community was fantastic. And so I'm relating to my hobby blog. This is more just a tournament review, but as I say, I feel a bit restricted what I can do with the hobby at the moment. I'm going down to Altering Wargamers tomorrow, hopefully with a few friends to have a few games and to see Steve. Steve Crow went to the event as well. It was good to see my fellow hostie there, representing for the channel. And I give him a lift back, so it's good to have a good chat with him, because we've not had much time where it's just been the two of us. So we're going to try and meet up and do some stuff if we can. Yeah. What else want to talk about? I've been rooting when I've been at home and found some old score sheets from grand tournaments years back. So I thought I was a little browsy and show people a few of these. What have we got here? So this is the first one I found. So this is the Lord of the Rings doubles weekend 2011, and if you can see here, the top players, me and my cousin Tom. This is my only win of a tournament. So I've won on doubles, not singles. Was coming first, and it's just great to see him going on the list and seeing the names that's still in the hobby here. So James Braun, Craig Johnson finishing 4th. Sam Jeffrey must have been a young whippersnapper then 5 years ago, in 5th. Who else have we got? Owen Wright, David Reed and Chris Murphy, Jay Clare. So again, a young Jay. Jamie Giblin coming 18th. Adam Troke in 24th. These are the events. So it was one doubles event and one singles event of the year. So it was the thing that all year round you look forward to. I don't know what that feeling's like anymore, because there's so many events now. It's not quite got that same effect of going to one. It's good fun. I've also got here the Lord of the Rings singles 2009, where my cousin Tom finished 5th. Vessa above Vessa was 6th back in the day when Vessa used to play. We've got me finishing 26th, and this is when, by the way, there was 124 people going to the tournament. So 26th ain't bad, I suppose, and I was 7 years ago, so I was still 18, so still quite old for it. Jamie in 47th. Who else we got? Nick Baton going there. Who else? Adam Troke in 39th. So good fun. What else have we got? Wow, even further back. Lord of the Rings GT 2008. My cousin Tom in 7th, doing very well. And this is a point. So my cousin's 2 years younger than me, and I sort of got him into the hobby, and then he just straight away started just doing better than me, I was proud of him, but also hard to take, because obviously I wanted to do as well as I could myself. So Tom finished in 7th. He did go on, I think, 2 years later to win it. So I think he's one of the youngest players to win a grand tournament. He then since sort of semi-retired after that. I'm hoping he comes to Ardicon, but we'll see how that works out. So yeah, there's Tom will come in 7th. This again out of 144 players, which is just amazing. I don't think Ardicon is going to trump that, but still pretty impressive for a tournament. I came 15th. That's my highest from the old grand tournament days. And that is with 5 wins, 2 losses and a draw, which isn't very good, but not bad from the old days. And I was looking here, and Ed Ball finished 14th, so still he was beating me. That man. But gotta love him, haven't you? I don't know if he's using the fell beast in those days, I can't quite remember. What else have we got? Don't know what year this is, but another doubles tournament where Mick finished 1st. Me and Tom finished 3rd. Winning 5 on a bounce, then losing, and then drawing 2 in a row. Who else is there? Lewis Atlin finishing 4th. James Braun finishing 8th with Craig Johnson. Owen Wright finishing 11th. Dan Entwistle and Sam Jeffrey, so young whippersnappers again, when how old they were then, in 14th. So I'm not sure what year this is, but if anyone could tell me, that'd be impressive. So Mick finished 1st, David Smith 2nd, me and Tom 3rd. Yeah, so just a bit of a trip down memory lane there, because obviously I'm trying to provide a bit of content that I can. what else to say? Obviously, Jamie's coming. Jamie's now part resident in the US, so I think he's back shortly. So we've got some plans to start bringing some new content out and new battle reports for the channel. But I won't say anything yet because we need to finalise it with Jamie and see how that goes. I can't really think what else to say. I've not got any models I can show you really. What we got here? I have the old classic Spider King when everyone used to have about 8. Got one here. Got another one here. I will show you. Back in the days when the trophies were pretty good, my only first place trophy, and that's with a joint second with Tom, as I say, in 2011. I'll keep that bad boy. I say he's got one for first place, which I always wanted. But maybe someday I'll win an event. Keep coming second this year, which is frustrating, but still positive. And I'm in third in the league, so I'm really chuffed with that. So I need to keep attending tournaments as much as I can this year. So I'm not going to go to Longbottom. And there's another 100 point on the South Coast, which I'm not going to go to. But roll on Ardacon, roll on Stirling, and roll on the final in Cardiff, and see how we finish. But yeah, I suppose thank you very much everybody to listening to me ramble on about this and that. Soon enough, when I get my new house, I've got my games room, kind of everything sorted out, cabinets and whatnot, and I'll hopefully be able to bring a lot better content. And I'm going to make sure I ask for a proper camera for Christmas, because I say I'm doing this on my phone, so I don't know how good the quality's going to be. And I'm hoping that it even gets uploaded. So if not, this is a big waste of 16 and a half minutes. But say thank you very much for everyone for watching. Say this is my first vlog, so hopefully first of many. And I'll get a bit more used to it then. No, I'm not just rambling on. Maybe a bit more prepared about what to say. So I think with that, the old sign off, which I'm a bit rusty with. So don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Support the Hobbit hosts in whatever they're doing. Obviously, I'm going to put some links below, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. Support your Hobbit hobby, guys, and happy strategy battle gaming.